What's up, you moneymakers? Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to talk about one of my favorite stock, which is not a super popular stock just yet. United States Antimony Corporation, ticker symbol UAMY. It's a penny stock with a great potential. We have started seeing some price action. We are 12% up right now at $1.01 and previous close was 90 cents. And if you take a look right here, this is the article that just came out before an hour ago. United States Antimony Corporation gained 20.69% this week. Actually, that was just today, this morning. So I want to talk about what's going on with the stock. There is a massive announcement that just came out from the company itself. It was a little bit sooner than I was expecting, and I want to share more information with you. Now, if you don't mind hitting the like button down below, it'll help me out sharing this information with more and more people. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do a lot of research and analysis, and I like to share this information with you, hoping you can make informed financial decision into your finance journey as well, and you can gain as much money as possible. On the top of that, if you can subscribe to my channel, you can get notified every single time I post this kind of video, because this is super important. This is not an overnight double or triple or quadruple return on your investment. Rather, it's a slow and steady return. Yes, it is risky. It's a penny stock. Anything can happen. There are no guarantees in life. But if you want to also take more advantage, I have a Patreon group, and I have a small group of patrons where I also mention a lot of stuff on our Discord, and we talk in our private Discord channel a lot of things about penny stocks and cryptocurrencies, so on and so forth. As a matter of fact, I mentioned some of the stock, including UAMY, just yesterday. As you can take a look, yesterday 11 a.m. I mentioned UAMY is a good one, a bit pricey at the moment because I thought 90 cents might be a little bit pricey. I did not really know that they were going to announce this news that soon. I was expecting this news, definitely, but in July. And I also mentioned that UAMY, this morning I mentioned it was 13% up. It was actually 20% up earlier during the session. And since then, we have been seeing a great volume. So if you want to support the channel using my Patreon group, it will help support some of the sweat equity that I'm putting into these videos, and I'm sharing this information and research, and it'll be super helpful. If you want to support the channel, also click on the subscribe button, and you don't really have to spend anything there. Now, without further delay, let me talk about what's going on with UAMY. United States Antimony announced the operational update, and that just came out this morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What this means is let's take a look first. The company is pleased to announce that there is a additional director, effective 23rd June 2021. He is a CPA tenured individual. But the most exciting and important information is this. Our first antimony metal sample from Canadian raw material arrived at Ambri at the end of January 2021. Now, this company is a pretty famous company. Ambri is a pretty famous company, and I'll talk to you within a second and why I have the thumbnail with Bill Gates. So the sample passed initial inspection, and it was subsequently used for electrode fabrication. Several months later, Ambri ordered additional samples from both the Canadian and Mexico raw material and reported both worked well. Now, if you want to find out more information about what UAMY does and what this company is all about, you can watch previous videos that I have on this channel, or you can search UAMY stock money makers on YouTube, and you can find out a lot of information. Now, what happens is this: based on the positive outcomes from the tests earlier samples, Ambri placed additional purchase order for a significant larger quantity of antimony to use regular sell bills, which is shipped in June. This is going to bump up the revenue. What this also means is, let's take a look one more. 34 holes spaced 20 meters for this Puerto Rico Blanco averaged 0.29 GPT gold and 16.9 GPT silver. Although reprocessing of the tailing at the indicated grade may not be economic, USAC, basically this company UAMY, is evaluating the dilution of grade effect for significant component trailing originating from the processing antimony from the processes that they are following. They also have an update on Bear River project, and the company has purchased and installed new hammer mill to replace its vertical shaft impactor crusher. The decision was made in order to increase the production. The crusher is being outfitted and input and discharge in bin gates and variable frequency drive to study the effect of crushing size distribution as a function of crushing speed. So the company is growing pretty fast. What I want to also mention is the cells. The cells look fantastic. The price of antimony has increased, remaining high compared to the 15-year average starting December 2020, which means they are running at a very good pace in terms of the increased price point. The company has sold the North American production capacity through October, so the company is pretty much sold out till October in terms of the North American production capacity. Labor availability in its plant Montana has remained the significant most challenging factor due to the increasing of the production capacity. In reaction to this problem, the company has been increasing its production for this Mexico, where the labor availability is ample. Now there is one more site. The company also has purchased 250 tons of antimony from the Mexican sources since restarting the smelter in Q1 of this year. They shipped 2 trucks of crude oxide into their plant to Montana, and due to the labor shortage in the US, the company is focusing producing finished oxide and metal from its smelter in Madero. So this is some great update. The company has a lot of orders. They're not able to fulfill them, and they're sold out at the moment, which is a good problem to solve for this size of company. And let's take a look what's going on. And they have more information about their additional sites that they own. Let's going on in terms of the revenue that the company has. They have consistent revenues around 1 million, 1 million and 1.25 million in Q1, 1.25 million, Q4 $900,000, 1 million, Q2 1.59 million, Q1 2020 1.74 million. Now, one of the important thing that you want to note is cash on hand in Q1 is 23.04 million. So we are not looking at any kind of stock dilution in a near future. This company has a lot of money on hand compared to the size and compared to how large they are. If you take a look for the company, their market cap is very small, 107 million US dollars, whereas they have 23 million dollars on hand. So what it means is the company has 23% cash on hands out of their total market cap, and there is a great potential for the company to grow. And why this is super important, and I was talking about Ambri, and this Ambri is supported or backed by Bill Gates. The research was put into the commercial venue. Take a look right here, called Ambri, which was funded and tuned off $15 million by Bill Gates' energy giant Total, the US Department of Energy Advanced Research Project, and agency Khosla Ventures, run by Sun Microsystem co-founder, this person. Now, what it means for this UAMY stock is it has been highlighted multiple times, but this is a collateral beneficiary of what's going on. At the main of the antimony producer, this is the UAMY or USAC is one of the main antimony producer in North America, and the word producer is very generously because the company is finding hard to get dimes to rub together in 2020 to add the woos together. The long-term CEO passed away, and there was some news around it, and there is a lot going on with the company. If you take a look right here, the stock is trading at 1.0022 or $1.01. If you take a look at the 1-year target is $3. I'm not saying this is going to happen overnight, but there is a pretty good possibility that it can hit once again $2.50 or 56 cents, which was a 52-week high right here. So the 52-week low is 22 cents and the high is 2.56 cents. Now, there is a lot more potential and a lot more possibility. I'm not a financial advisor, and this cannot happen overnight, so do your own due diligence. But one of the good things that you want to note is right now the volume is 6.8 million in just today's trading session, whereas their average volume is 2.6 million. Now, one of the thing is the news that just I shared with you and the buzz around the news that the company has a pretty good progress in terms of their sales, in terms of the cash on hand, and we are looking at a very bright future in upcoming quarter from the financial and the sales and net revenue standpoint. So you also want to consider that part. This may trigger a lot more value in terms of the price point or whatnot. But one thing for sure that you want to note is the company really has pretty good potential based on what I just shared. If you take a look right here, I talked about this stock when it was 78 cents a few couple of weeks back, I wanted to say. So I right here on May 26th or around that price point, I just talked about the stock when it was 78 cents. Since then, if you think about it, it's a 50% gain if someone bought it at 78 or 80 cents from $1.10. So close to, I want to say 45% of profit. If you take a look at the chart right here, the chart looks pretty promising, and we are sustaining about 78 cents after we hit that. So it works as a pretty good support. Now right now, if you take a look at $1 is also a pretty good support if it crosses and stays above. If you take a look last time when it hit $1 or 98 cents, it rapidly went all the way to $1.78 followed by $2.56. Right here, once again, we are seeing a similar process in terms of this chart, and I don't really want to focus a lot more on the chart because with the running catalyst for the company, the chart may not mean a lot. But if you take a look at right here, the RSI is pretty healthy. 60 RSI, not an overbought, not an oversold condition. The MACD looks pretty good as well. If you take a look for one, let's say 5-day chart, the 5-day chart looks pretty amazing as well. As you can see, it spiked up from 91 cents right here to $1.06. It was $1.07 this morning, and the RSI looked pretty good as well, 51. The MACD, the blue line, is about the orange line, which is once again a great sign. It is sustaining. It is sustaining around 99 cents or $1, which is a great sign that can fuel the stock price in the upcoming future. I just wanted to share this information. Like, share, and subscribe. Your subscription means a lot for the growth of this channel. I will see you in the next video, everyone.